day in the morning. We made it to hump day. We're headed to our restaurant on Marietta Street. Hope you guys had a great weekend and your week is going good so far. Beautiful downtown Atlanta. On the surface, I was just talking with my wife last night about this. Man, it is ridiculous. The homeless situation down here, especially near the Capitol and all the, official government buildings that are in downtown Atlanta. Coming over, buddy. I'm coming over. You have people under these overpasses, sleeping in tents, it's crazy, man. And the closer, the further into downtown you get, the worse it is. People sleeping on the sidewalks. It's real bad, real bad. Every day I'm thankful out here for what I'm able to do, with this truck and the other truck. Just never know in life, man. Never know. So we actually had one of the cans replaced over here on the problem side. They were actually able to get a plastic 4-yarder, which is a whole lot better. But the problem I'm having now, the employees are pushing the can too far back. On the lighter days, it's not an issue, a big issue. But if they do this, say on a Sunday night, and I come to service it early Monday morning, I won't be able to pull the can out because of the weight of it. I don't know what's possessing them to do this. I really wish they would stop, because I don't want to further hurt myself trying to pull out their can to service their garbage. It's not worth it for me. I will leave it. And in this business, that's the only way to get a problematic customer to either do the right thing or move on to somebody else. This morning it's in the upper 30s. Had just gotten accustomed to the warmer weather. Now we're back cold again. That's how it usually is here in Atlanta. You never know what to really expect out here.
For today, tennis matches, or you just need to walk the dog around the neighborhood, you have fantastic weather in store for you. Right now at 9 a.m. and by 3 o'clock we will be in the low 70s, official high 72. A few more clouds for tonight, rain tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 77, and on Friday more sunshine, low 54.
Go ahead and back in here.
Currently 45 degrees on Peachtree Street. I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Another issue I've been having, they take all the trash cans out of the kitchen and pack them in the enclosure, which hardly, has enough room as is against the 4-yard right here. I could be a butt about it and leave them all scattered across the parking lot, but you know, that's unprofessional. Yesterday, well, there was a bunch of ice out here too. Thinking to myself, man, y'all trying to set me up for failure. See what I'm saying? And technically, it is not my job to move all that stuff out the way. My job is to service this container. This is crazy here. I believe this container has all swivels on it, but they don't swivel like you would want them to. So when you're pulling it forward, the back end swings over. Yeah, I always leave the can flush with this post right here, but for whatever reason they move it around. And the issue I've been having, you can't see it, but this is a small incline and they're pushing the can all the way against this. So if it's full on Monday and it's against the wall, I won't be able to pull it out. Today it's not that bad. Usually during the week it's pretty good. It's mainly Mondays, Tuesdays, and some Fridays. But it goes Monday through Saturday. Honestly, they just need one 8-yarder in here, but they don't want to do it. So we're stuck with the 2 4-yarders.
Simply book your appointment right now with the new Cooler.com. It's easy, no phone calls, no wait. You set the time and date. Cooler and carry. Check with the experts.
I originally called Mary Lynn because my marriage kind of took a different path.
Opens up about the divorce.
They told me that they would walk me through this.
Cans on casters. Enough said. The less I have to put my hands on these cans, the better. And even though they're small cans, this restaurant has a lot of food waste, so they're pretty heavy. Flip off.
And it's expected to take a decade to complete.
Been getting back with you guys as much as I should on the comments. Had a lot going on. Please forgive me. stop and get this one, and then we'll head to our next stop, which isn't far from here. Starting to get a little density between stops, which is good. No, in this business with front end, the less miles you have to travel to your stops, the better, you know. Better on the truck, better on the driver as far as fatigue. Getting that one first because that's the entrance, and a lot of their employees will come here while I'm dumping that second can, so I knock it out first now and then come to this one, so you know I'm not blocking the driveway. One of those things you're considerate for the customer in a lot of ways that they don't even realize, but when it comes to you, as far as it being the garbage man, they don't think about you in that way. But yeah, I always line the can up right here, and it always seems to move further and further down or against the building there. Go figure. So we have an apartment complex over near where Herndon Homes used to be. It's Herndon Square. It's a senior complex. And what I've been noticing about them, they put the cans out when they want to. So there's no way for me to go inside to get the can, and I'm not about to start either. It's a Monday, Wednesday, Friday stop, and so far most Mondays the can is not out. So, you know, in this business, if your can is blocked or you don't put it out, I mean, you don't get a refund or a credit for that. You're still charged because that truck was on your property. You know, it's not like I missed it, you know. So, yeah, you still get charged. Over here off the North Side Drive. So if you can see it, we're going near the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. You see it right there. Yeah, so far everything's been working well with WG. Had a few little wrinkles that we had to iron out, and some more that needs to be ironed out, but so far a decent relationship. And still working with Happy Haulers Waste and Green Diamond Waste Management. We actually got a new stop through Green Diamond that we'll be going to today. It's a storage, and it's set up just like the one I get in Jonesboro, where the can is inside. That seems to be a nice little niche I've happened across. I couldn't get a 2-yarder fast enough for them at this location. So being that I already work closely with Green Diamond, it only made sense to get one through him. And I knew he had a few on casters already, plastic ones. So we had that set up and delivered last week. And today will be their first day of service. People always say that they applaud me for coming out and doing front end first. To me, it just made sense because it's my passion as far as trucks go. So I wouldn't want to venture into something like roll-off. If I had it to do over again, I mean, I know a lot of companies do. They'll either start off in residential and then move into roll-off next, then front end. But for me, like I said, I had no desire for either. I don't knock residential, and I may actually have a commercial property that'll have residential cans. I'm not sure how the broker's gonna handle it just yet. But it's about, I think, 36 cottages at a senior community. We already do the front end side of it, but for this part of the complex, they wanted to put 95 gallons, or I believe there's actually going to be 65s that they're going to have. For what they're saying, it won't be a lot of trash, maybe like 2 bags, whatnot, per household, or per cottage. And I can't see, it looks like the can is out. I have to check this can. These guys will set it out with that flap wide open.
Restaurants continue to struggle in Georgia. Another 3,000 may be forced to close this year.
I can't stand when they do this to these compactors. Common sense will tell you that stuff is gonna fall off. Yeah, see how they leave them open?
She says businesses are walking the delicate tightrope of raising prices.
Pump back on. We'll swivel this around.
She says again, support if you can your favorite place and Congress to fully fund the restaurant.
Yeah, we got a good view of the skyline from here. The kid in me comes out. I like seeing stuff like that. Try to move it without knocking it completely around where it rolls off. That should be good. Just like to get a good angle on it.
Secretary Thomas says another 16% either don't know or have
They have 2 that's supposed to go, but usually it's only 1 that's south. We all know with these compactors, if that side door isn't secure, once you take these things up, everything will hit the ground. And it's not like it takes a lot of effort to lock them down, so I don't know what's up with that, why they won't do it. Sorry, guys.
Inflation's getting you down. I even help you cut control that. And so I put together a series of possible ways for you.
Have to be careful with these cans. There's no actual sleeve on that side, and that's so they're able to lift that flap. If you're not careful, you can get one fork through that one loop and miss the other. And you actually get stuck on these. Need to run the blade back. Yep.
Expenses we have that we can actually reduce without lowering our quality of life, and that's what I really want you to concentrate on.
Hope you guys can see it. This back glass isn't as good as the one on the Mac. That's one thing I love about the Easy Packs. If you guys can see it, how they have those 2 holes in the blade.
IWSB's Michelle Wright. She is coming.
You can tell when your hopper is full just by looking back through there. That should have did it. Go ahead and set her down. Move on to our next stop.
Overpaying and we can correct. Grab your bill and visit spectrum.com/business calculator. In just 3 easy steps, you'll see your savings.
Wow, I can save over $1,500 a year.
That's the real savings. See for yourself. Visit spectrum.com/business calculator and make the switch today.
It's spring.
Bring that down a little bit. Run our blade back. And we are on our way to the new stop.
Experts at Pike Nurseries are ready to help. Visit one of their 15 Atlanta area Pike locations or shop online at pikenursery.com for curbside pickup.
It's been an interesting week at some of the companies that I have good friends working at. Out at GFL, they actually had 3 incidents. One with a very close friend of mine that I see as a big brother. His truck is crazy. He, from what he said, he kept seeing a lot of smoke on one of his tandems. He went back to check it, and the seal that's on the hub had come apart, and it was all inside the wheel, and it was full of oil. So the mechanic came out, tightened it up, and sent him on his way. Not long after that, it actually caught on fire because it was still leaking oil. As he was driving, though, the entire hub came apart and the wheels swung out about 4 feet from the truck. All you could see was the spindle that's attached to that. Man, it was crazy. See if I can pull up the pictures. That's the wife. Pretty girl. But yeah, I don't know if you guys can see, but see that? I think I'm focused. Yeah, that's crazy right there, man. That was one of the before pictures right there. Yeah, it actually caught on fire and separated from the truck. I've never seen anything like that in all my years of driving these things. I've seen wheels come off, you know, from where lug nuts had broke, studs had broken, and they weren't tight or whatever. I've seen that happen, but nothing like that. That was wild. And they also had a roll-off truck that a car cut him off, and he swerved to miss it and rolled over. One of their front end trucks rolled over. And earlier in the week, over at Republic, they actually had one of the older United front loaders that turned over. They shut down 316 for some hours. It happened like 4 something in the morning. I heard it on the radio, and a buddy of mine that works over there just happened to be driving past it at that time, not long after it happened, and sent me a little video of it. That was crazy too. So all my brothers and sisters out there in this business, take your time. I know we're in a push type of operation. Sometimes you can't let them stress you to that point where you're moving too fast, you know, and stuff happens. Look at that skyline. Yeah, that's where the old Falcons play. Nice stadium, though. busiest day is actually Friday so far. Mondays and Tuesday and Friday. Monday and Thursday are, they're starting to catch up, but those are the two heaviest days, and Wednesday is the lightest day so far.
A student's arrested at Cross Keys High School in DeKalb after loaded guns found in a backpack. No one turned. Principal notifies parents of the student's arrest and transferred to DeKalb.
Turn right here on my street, McDaniel Street.
Motor safety concerns. The school district encourages a see something, say something response if they suspect there's a weapon on campus.
Been a lot of sad stories in the news. On Easter, there was a young girl, 10 years old, the news says, that died in a house fire that her brother had set, from what they're saying. That was sad to hear. Said everybody made it out of the house except her. I guess she was overcome by smoke. Bumpy road, daddy. Alright, get over here.
Customer base falling by 200,000 during the first quarter. Netflix brings more competition from other streaming platforms, inflation, and password sharing for stagnant subscribers.
So what we'll do, we'll go down the old Stewart Avenue Metropolitan Parkway, and our stop is off of Cleveland Avenue, not far from where I grew up.
My kids are a bunch of Netflix freeloaders.
Mine are too, but some on Netflix know. I pay for them too. It's 5 minutes after 7. Let's update weather and traffic. Best Peter on this for seeing other
Gotta take McDaniel Street down to Ralph David Abernathy, then hit Metropolitan Parkway. We're over here by the set of apartments. We used to have the 3 8-yarders that went Monday through Saturday. Probably would have still had those apartments if they hadn't changed ownership. What it was, they got bought out by a new company, and I guess they prefer Republic. So you know how it goes, guys and dolls that do this job. When it comes to apartment complexes, every time they change out either the property management that may be way out of state or whatever, they always come with their own crews, their own office personnel. It actually used to be right here, GE Towers. I really don't miss it. It was kind of a problem complex. I mean, it was real tight in there on the backside. The front wasn't so bad, but the backside was a little tight. You had to wrestle with the car sometime to get to the cans, or a lot of furniture that they place on the sides. Yeah, that kind of stuff I don't miss. So my hat is off to Republic. But they actually ended up inheriting that stop. It was a Raintree stop at first, so Republic ended up getting it when they bought them out. I don't know if Bronner Brothers still uses this building, but this used to be one of their buildings. They built a legacy their father did for them. I applaud that man for that. God rest his soul. Built left a strong legacy for his family. And I want to say each of his sons followed in his footsteps in the ministry too. That was pretty cool. That's it. I want to check this place out, Rodney Scott's Barbecue. Normally when I come over this way later in the morning and afternoons, that parking lot is packed. It smells pretty good too, from what I gathered. Like that, like, I would not want that. I actually have one, a church that I'll be hitting tomorrow that goes twice a week, where they feed the homeless, you know, and it's a good thing. Why they have a dumpster there, I haven't figured out yet. I don't know, understand why they don't just have carts and use the city of Atlanta for their service. It's weird. But they actually have a 2-yarder stuffed in a little small alley, and you have to use the house that's adjacent to it. You have to use their driveway to pull the can out. And if their driveway is filled with cars, well, the can is blocked. You can't get it. One of the issues I had to work out with WG, you know, they thought you're supposed to go back with no charge. And I'm like, no, that's not how that works. If you can't get that container for whatever reason outside of your control, and you have to go back, that's an extra pickup fee. I mean, we don't do anything for free in this business. Sorry. With diesel at the price it's at, tipping fees going up at the transfer stations and whatnot, you can't afford to give away free service. It's just not good business sense. Gotta like my purple water. My sister-in-law put me onto these little mixes, and they're supposed to, it's supposed to give you energy, like an energy mix you can put with water. And this one is, I think it's pronounced Akai. It's supposed to be like super blueberries, or related to blueberries. I'm trying to do better health-wise. Especially being an owner-operator. That's one thing, whether you're in a tractor-trailer, box truck, garbage truck, roll-off, whatever you're doing, as an owner-operator, you are all that you have behind the wheel. So your health is a priority. Like they say, health is wealth. You have to stay on top of that, develop better eating habits, you know, exercise. And I think I get plenty of that, tucking these cans in and out of these spots. So. To be able to fit. wish they would widen some of these roads in Atlanta, but the cost may be too great for them to do it. See how the bus has the lag back? Can't pull up beside me. It's like downtown and the surrounding areas have these older streets that are real small. If I can help it, I try not to ride in this lane, the gutter lane. Because where these storm drains are, the dips are kind of bad. Then you got the curb right here. Even though it's kind of flat, you hit that curb, it can throw you too over into the other lane. Both Dumping with Dave and Hopper Hustle on their new endeavors. I pray everything's working out for both of you brothers. I'll miss the videos of the auto car with Hopper Hustle. That truck was pretty nice. And of course, Dumping with Dave, you know, seeing how things are done in his area. Thank both of you guys for sharing with all of us. You know, letting us see how it's done in your neck of the woods. I think for us city drivers, we were really in tune with Dumping with Dave because the way it was set up on his end, you know, the rural aspect of things, it's a nice change of pace for us to see how they do it, you know, on that end. Seemed like most of the actual commercial stops were handled with rear loaders in that area. And that was nice to see that part of it too when he actually changed up. Our next stop is actually in East Point, but I think it's right at the Southwest Atlanta and East Point line. It may actually be the city of East Point. The outskirts of it at least. But yeah, this used to be my old school right here. Remember when they first built that Burger King when I was a kid? It's Emma Hutchinson. And I forgot, I think this plaza was pretty much empty back then. This used to be a Hess station a long time ago. And if you guys remember the ones that used to like the little trucks, they used to have the Hess trucks inside, the little tankers that you could buy. Way back in the day. We used to sit in the windows and all when they were dynamiting this plaza. Was a lot of rock they had to blast to clear it out. I want to say that was the mid 80s, somewhere in there. See, this store is up here. Wondering if I should have went in on that side. They didn't tell me how to come in. Or what side of the building it's actually on.
Restaurant revitalization fund.
I don't know. Guessing it's over here by the gate. So we will find out.
Winds
artist and Axiom Space way off the plan for the triple ISS spotlight.
Doesn't look like it though.
It's not yet been set. The crew members reportedly paid $55 million each for their seats. WS News Time 7.
So I'm guessing I have to turn around right here. Let's see.
Dallas, but after the course of today,
All right.
we'll see those temperatures climb to the 60s around lunchtime and talk about the highs this afternoon. Increasing cloud cover for tonight as the wind going to help our
So I'm
temperatures.
guessing it would be over here.
The sun returns high 77. Friday, mostly sunny, morning low cool and high 81. Saturday,
Well, the owner of Green Diamond didn't tell me where he put the can or how to get in here to get it. So, like I said, just looking at things, it would make sense for it to be on this side. But we shall see. You know what? Set off my phone too. Video. So, can is not on this side of the building.
In business. WS News Time 7:25.
Gonna turn around and go around near the office. I'm hoping I'll be able to maneuver on that side too. I couldn't see from the street. Like I said, it's always fun trying to find stops. But the good thing is once you find them, I mean from that point on, it's all good.
Sponsored by Reliable Heating and Air. It's a masterpiece for Max-Free.
Oh, you can't go that way. So I do have to go out. Okay, we're learning. We are learning, young man. I said new stops are always fun. Hopefully the other side has a ramp set up like this. We'll see.
These phones bring more money in the marketplace than a lot of songs. Special subsidized deal at your cell phone carrier. You might get the most money for that, but if you're not offering a special
So this is weird. Here's the office, but where's the can? Can I come out that door? I wonder. It seems weird they would put it up here, but I don't know. There's no way to, what I can see, to get it out. We'll go try. Let's see what we come up with. full too. So this is the part I think nobody really thought out, how to bring it out. Rollouts are so much better with plastic, using plastic cans. Uh-oh, dropped my gloves. That shit rolls into me. Yep. Even the book. Dumpster smells nice and fresh too, like bleach. All right. And that's that. On to our next stop, off Central Avenue. And that'll be our last stop for today. This used to be a different storage. Extra Space is really expanding their footprint. It's pretty cool. I used to do a lot of junk removal jobs with them, but haven't done any lately. Sorry about that. It's getting a little tight on my forehead. Not a bad stop. Like I said, I definitely won't mind this one. Pretty straightforward. I won't have to use a code to get in the gate or anything. Just come straight around. Now we know. Sylvan Road all the way down to our next one, to Central Avenue.
To save us from our sins, to offer forgiveness and abundant lives now, and hope for the future, that one day He will fix all that's broken and evil in this world. You don't want to miss it. This is Brian Ryan. If you'll trust in Jesus, speak.
This and other topics, visit rightfromtheheart.org. It's spring in Atlanta.
The young guy right there with that sheet on him. I said Atlanta has a lot of homeless people. Go ahead and run our blade. Our next can is an every other week can, bi-weekly.
The Big Plumber has a full staff of licensed and expertly trained plumbers.
So you guys can see it. These are all City of East Point cans. They're actually automated. I think they have one Scorpion ASL. I want to say an Easy Pack Hercules ASL, and I think the newest one I saw was a curb tender. I think so. What are they calling it now? The curb tender power pack? 'Cause I don't think they go by Wayne anymore.
A mother and father in Bolden County are charged with murder after their baby dies from alcohol poisoning.
Sheriff deputies were called in to be notified by Children's Healthcare of Atlanta about the condition of a 4-week-old infant. Sergeant Ashley Henson tells me the father was believed to expire the baby's body from alcohol. The child died a day later. Jennifer Griffiths, 95.5 WSB.
I'm hoping where I move this can to, I'll be able to dump it where it sits. I kind of readjusted it last week, well, the week before I came.
Unlike traditional murder, it does not
Where it was sitting when it was delivered, I had to dump it on the street. And that street is pretty busy about this time of morning. So got a lot of people that cut through here, I guess, to get to Camp Creek, Roosevelt Highway and whatnot.
Facebook already offers the same option. The two sites have seen more than $6 billion donated over the past 7 years, including $1 billion last year alone. The top recipient of Instagram donations is the environmental group, the Ocean Cleanup.
Well, the Heat pull away in the second half to beat the Hawks in Game 2 of their playoff series. Trae Young gives credit to Miami's Jimmy Butler, who finishes with 45 points.
He needs some touch shots. What shots you just the shots there.
Pretty lady with your dimples. it down and we'll fork this one, dump it, and head back in.
Taking us to the Fox Theater tonight for Sunday. Big stars today's gonna be Mother
Go
Nature.
get some breakfast.
Terrific. WSPRologist Christina Edwards joins us once again with a preview.
Absolutely. So for today, we are enjoying the sunshine this morning. We will rise to a high near 72 this afternoon. A little bit more cloudy around dinner time. The clouds are actually a good thing. They will help the temperatures from dropping too terribly low tonight, and instead be about 20 degrees warmer tomorrow with a with a morning low of 53, tomorrow afternoon high 77. But on Friday, mostly sunny and quite frankly, convection, high 81. Saturday and Sunday, more sunshine with highs in the 80s. It is currently chilly, 36
As soon as we go over
degrees
this
in
little
London,
bridge, we'll be up here to the left.
Christina Edwards.
Let's see what's happening now in the morning drive. Our Triple T traffic coverage begins with Ashley Preston.
Updating that ride on the south side, 75 northbound, emerging this is between Jonesboro and Jericho Roads through Henry County. Looking for trouble, though, may just be a slow zone on 75 north to Mountain Terrible on 1941. At Homeland Cross on the downtown connector, 75 85 south.
I'm gonna have to get out and check this. Make sure I'm clearing those wires over the hopper.
The connector south is, or connector north rather, flooded from 166 up around the Grady.
First rule I was taught in trucking, your butt is not glued to the seat. If something doesn't look right, get out and look.
Northbound, the outer loop of the gas starting around Flat Shoals up the trouble we found on the jam. Mostly off to the left, Highway 29.
So we're gonna have to back up regardless. Take it back out on the street. We got a wire right here and wires there going across the hopper. I was hoping I could dump it in here, but that's not gonna happen. So gonna have to back out in this lane here,
WSB, the latest morning news, followed by Eric Von Hessler, the Von Hessler.
which is gonna be tricky.
Today, ending up with word on the street tonight after 9 p.m. Tonight with Lonnie Kai and Southern
just a
Wind,
little.
exclusive interview with Stacey Abrams after 9:30.
You gotta keep the wheels straight so you don't hit either of these vehicles. And throw the rear end
That's tonight.
in this lane so I don't back into any oncoming traffic.
That's a great time to get a guaranteed offer of your home from Mark Spade Real Estate at markspain.com.
Actually,
As a small business owner,
That's
your
good
bottom
right
line
there.
is always top of mind. So start saving by switching to Comcast Business Mobile.
throw it up in the air, young man. Don't play with it.
Business will save you money with unlimited data for just $24. Or you can pay by the gig. And with access to millions of Wi-Fi hotspots, you'll pay only for the data you need. No line fees, activation costs, or term contracts. You can save up to $500 a year on your wireless bill, all on the most reliable
Bring it back
5G
down, son.
and it's only available to Comcast Business Internet customers. So boost your business's bottom line with a more
It's kind
reliable...
of cool. One of the drivers that used to be at Raintree, I think he has a shop over here. And this is his cam.
Comcast Business Mobile utilizes the network with the most Metrics 5G data reliability assessment using 2H 2021. Wi-Fi networks not tested. Results may vary. Award is not an endorsement.
Car buying has never been this easy. Shop 0.99% APR on select 2017 through 2021 Precision Certified vehicles from our
Pull back up by his car's way.
Plus, now is the perfect time to trade. Shop GeorgiaAccuRateDealers.com.
Sometimes we forget
So, yeah.
how easy it is to save energy at home. So
I was coming over here early in the morning, and then working my way down through downtown and out to Chamblee and then back. But it makes more sense to leave this one last
it could be the
because I'm minutes away from the yard.
in an empty room. One way or another, these
I go to my furthest point first and then work back
energy for the bigger things in life. Visit Georgia Power
on Wednesdays.
Energy efficiency for tips and programs to help save energy and money. Hartsfield Jackson Airport is starting a renewal.
Watching the blade, I could have backed out, but it's all good.
That will impact the roadway. So
All right.
extra time to arrive.
Got one coming behind me.
Your parking at myparkatl.com.
Got another. And that will do it for today, guys. We'll be back later in the week. Hope you you guys have a great and blessed day.
A
week ahead. What I do, I go down this little street and turn around up here in this gravel parking lot and head back towards the yard. That's a pretty German Shepherd there. I think it's 2 of them. Yep.
If you're heading to Hartsfield Jackson anytime in the near future,